Hi, this is Takashina from Jazz Love Japan. Today I just want to feature some albums, reissues. But maybe you might say it's a cheap concept, but maybe. But I love these albums, reissues. The albums are these, there are I don't know how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, But this series originally, I think there was 6, 3 and 3. What I mean by that is that if you look at all of these jackets, they look almost like same. And the reason why I say it is a cheap concept is that okay, let me show you this one. If you look at this one, is one of the the albums in the series, and if you put these two, the 3 albums side by side, I think like this, you see this is the first album in the series, and the second album like this, and the third one it's hard to like this. You can see the woman lying down, sexy woman lying down, so that's a concept that I say maybe you might think that it is a cheap concept, but I love these albums and the reissues were released, manufactured by the Fantasy US, and not many jazz collectors know these albums really, because it's a kind of compilation album. It's not the one artist playing the tracks for the albums, but it's just compilation album. But the compilation itself is also great. Apart from the jacket thing, woman thing, the compilation is great. And if you look at this one, the first one in the series is called The Compositions of George Gershwin. As you know, the George Gershwin, the titles, the songs that he composed. So they just compile the the great jazz titles by the George Gershwin here, and the musicians play here are also the legendary musicians like Cannonball Adderley, Thelonious Monk, of course, and Billy Evans, Junior Mans, Charlie Bird, Billy Taylor, Johnny Little. So those are musicians, who were playing on the Riverside label, right? Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you, this is a Riverside title. If you look at the the label design here, the Riverside, and as I said, this is Fantasy US, and the series is called, I already talked about this series, Fantasy Custom LP Collection Series. Yeah, the manufacturer is the Fantasy US, but the producer is the Victor Music Japan in the mid 90s. I already talked about that series, Fantasy Custom LP Collection Series. Not many jazz collectors know about the Fantasy Custom LP Collection Series by the Victor Music Japan. It's almost seem like the Wave Jazz Classics series, but after the Wave did that project, I think Victor Music Japan did the same. Yeah, with the Fantasy US, they just teamed up together, and they picked up again the minor titles, really minor titles on the Riverside, Prestige, Jazzland, New Jazz, and Bluesville and Mooseville. So they just released, I don't know how many, because there is few information available on the internet. Even here in Japan, not many jazz collectors know about Fantasy Custom LP Collection series. I also didn't know, until recently. But, this series is one of them in the series. I mean, the Fantasy Custom LP Collection series. And, okay, this one is a Gershwin, okay? And the second one is the Harold Allen, the compositions of Harold Allen. And the same as the George Gershwin, the musicians play here are great, Bill Evans again, Wes Montgomery, Wynton Kelly, Mark Murphy, Sam Jones. Yeah, so those are the musicians, play here the compositions of Harold Allen. And what about the third one? Third one is here. Yeah, the compositions of Irving Berlin. Yeah, Irving Berlin. So the musicians play here are also, Thelonious Monk, Charlie Bird, Bill Evans, Blue Mitchell, Billy Taylor. So yeah, Cliff Jordan. Yeah, Sonny Red. So those are musicians, play the compositions of Irving Berlin. Yeah. So I think, the maybe the concept itself is maybe cheap, you might say, but the great albums, really great. And as I already talked about this, Fantasy Custom LP Collection series in the past, the cutting, the sound quality of these albums, reissues, just fantastic, really good. And the ones I got, this time are just sealed, never used, unused, dead stock copies. Only this one, the George Gershwin thing is open, but just mint condition, I think. Yeah, it's mint condition. And there is another one. There should be 3, but I already got 2. Yeah, the same as the other I showed you right now. If you put like this, the jacket like this, right? Am I right? Yeah. You can make the sexy woman lying down. Yeah, but unfortunately, I didn't get the first one. There should be first one here, but I got 2 in the series, and the same as the other I showed you. This is the compositions of Cole Porter. Yeah, Cole Porter, and the musicians play here the same as the others. Cannonball Adderley, Sonny Rollins, Milt Jackson, Harvey Mann, George Shearing, yeah, Eddie Lockjaw Davis, Bill Evans, Johnny Griffin, Clark Terry, yeah, those are the musicians. And what about this one? This is the compositions of Jerome Kern, and the musicians saying Sonny Rollins, Wes Montgomery, Cannonball Adderley, Nat Adderley, Blue Mitchell, Red Garland, and Chet Baker, yeah, Bobby Timmons, yeah. So you may just understand that the session itself is great, really great. Although these 2 albums are just sealed dead stock copy, but the great session. And because in the past I've got these series opened, and I listened to them, and the sessions are great, really great. And same as the others, the cutting sound quality is just fantastic. And not many jazz collectors know about these, reissues albums, really. And in case you don't know these, it's better for you to, dig those too. Compilations, but great albums and reissues by the Fantasy US. The series is called the Fantasy Custom LP Collection Series by the Victor Music Japan here in the mid-90s. That's it for today. I hope you like it. And lastly, I always keep saying, just stay healthy and be connected with the music we love, jazz. Thank you for watching today, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.